Here the tanks they go by. And
sit down!
Wait for his support, but he does actually get nanoed. I take it back. That's a whole lot of damage and a whole lot of HP for Decay. He's tracking the Mercy through the air as well. KSA at least gets resurrected from the chaos of it all, but another beautiful grab from Decay. That's a 3-man, and that's going to be the Hulk from Titans. There's no way you're going to be able to win this one now. What I mentioned is hard for Titans to actually execute on the back line because they're going to get hacked, they're going to get dynamited, they're going to just get destroyed by the Hog. It's exactly what Janu did there, kind of walking forward, punishing Shockwave for playing so aggressive like we mentioned before. Very quick flip, the Titans only managed to get 12%, and just like that, Justice now in control. Okay, this is why the Mercy is run here. No, you do get picked early. You can instantly go for the res. Oh, Shockwave didn't stand a chance. He couldn't even like strafe in the air to get away. Oh man. Topology of that point there is just horrible to go against the whole Hog. And Justice just prevent Titans from really doing anything. Bob is also just getting farmed inside. At least Vancouver Titans are getting a little bit of space, but they've still got to worry about Decay. Throws in the grab, gets a 1-man. Bob ends up taking out Shockwave as well. Primal Rage going to save Shredlock for the time being, and he takes out Aim God, leaving enough space for Karkar to get the resurrection on Shockwave. But still, Washington Justice are controlling the point. And most is just existing, just being alive, Hex. There's not really much that Vancouver Titans can do.
Freelance Sombra, whatever you want to do.
Oh no.
Bob wakes up, says, "You're not my Ash. You don't look like Mom." The dive has no targets for Vancouver.
Yeah, the EMP was good as well. Tuba set that one up perfectly. The Titans are blown away by the whole Hog. Shredlock ends up going down as well. That really should be it. I mean, you'll be able to get back to the point, sure, with Shockwave. He's almost got himself a bomb too, but Dolphin falling is disaster. Titans, they're going to forego City Center. That'll be Justice picking up this first stage. Decay gets nanoed as well. 70+ charge also. They're not going to want to touch him. In fact, they're just going to back off of the point. And unfortunately, Shockwave's ball doesn't actually land on it, so he wasn't even contesting.
Now Stitch is able to take the high ground here. He's able to take out his opposing number. That means there's almost no threats on him as long as they can account for Dalton. The grab is in early.
Oh, Dalton misses Pulse as well. That was a perfect grab, and Janu almost with the one shot there. Didn't quite end up getting it off, but the grab was actually so sick because Justin, he does find Janu, but the blow grenade from Rolf actually landed on the back of Shredlock, so he couldn't really do anything. Shredlock then gets naded. He used the whole Hog, but a little bit better damage coming out from Stitch and Tuba. That nade was so key for Rolf to hit, but it actually landed on the back of one of his tanks. And now Justice sitting at 70+%. The Titans are struggling to get to the point. Shredlock is at least keeping the point contested and doing a fair bit of damage, but the bomb is going to force everybody back as well as that nano onto Decay. They're not going to want to mess with him. A grab into the back and a perfect hook as well from Janu to save Decay from Shredlock. The EMP is here. The Titans, not quite so much. The EMP lands, it's all over, everybody dies, and the Titans are going to get wiped. The Justice are going to claim the first map in the series. Oasis is theirs. The good thing here for Shockwave is actually, oh, that's not good. He actually just got headshot. There's Janu with the nano. He finds, oh, KSA, yeah, you don't stand a chance, unfortunately, not against a nano Hog with a hook. Whole Hog's still available for him though, and he's going to unleash it. Rolf and Dalton ends up going down, and Shockwave's having a very tough time actually getting an angle on people. He at least sent Bob to point, they find 2 ticks. Now he's able to, as soon as the Justice just kind of 40 the slow bleed, Decay is forced out away from his support, but he does actually get nanoed. I take it back. That's a whole lot of damage and a whole lot of HP for Decay. He's tracking the Mercy through the air as well. He's going to be able to get another kill. That's 4. Almost making it 5 as Dalton eventually finishes him off. But he's going to get cleaned up nonetheless.
Sometimes you would rather have a Tracer just to at least check the other Tracer. That's a nice open. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a really nice open. Karkar didn't get EMP'd, but he's not going to be able to get this resurrection off. There's absolutely no way. This should just be a cleanup for the Justice.
It does seem like they have all the information that they need here. They're going to hold top.
Nice. I really like the solo grabs onto Shredlock. He gets hacked. Oh, he can even Primal Rage. Nothing you could do about that one. This should be a nice little defense here for the Justice, as Titans really now have only got one tank to work with. KSA ends up getting taken out by Decay, and Decay finds Shockwave as well.
Vancouver has also committed everything that they have to this. There's a Primal in here, there's a Valkyrie in here, but they're going to have to go scurrying home in under a minute for their push to come through. I don't think Decay has dropped below 95% in energy, like, this entire game.
No.
Every time we're on him, he's glowing like an overamped Christmas tree, and he's just lighting people up. Fishing like in the backline.
Oh, the EMP is absolutely ginormous, though. The Titans. Oh, every single one of them, apart from Shockwave, is already in spawn, got EMP. Someone is touching, though. Okay, thank goodness. It was Dalton who managed to make it to the payload in time to cause OT and potentially force a C9, but it ain't happening, unfortunately. I like this changeover from Shockwave to Winner, but it's going to mean absolutely nothing as the EMP from Tuba was just too good. KSA somehow getting alive. Nope, not quite. There you go. He ends up getting demeched. And Decay gets nanoed. He's only 40 energy, but it doesn't matter. He's on the point, capping. And that's 2 ticks of it acquired for the Justice. Stitch ends up going down. It's actually Karkar is the one to touch with the ult. Oh, and he gets grabbed to the side of the building. Are you serious, Decay? Did you really want to kill him that bad? They're going to put themselves in the play. I mean, Janu is dead, but you still got to deal with Decay. Like, he is so high charge right now. The EMP is just going to rock the Titans. Dalton, Shredlock, and KSA gets hit. You're still trying to deal with Decay, and they're managing to fend off for the time being, but he's 30 HP. Nano boost onto Shockwave, jumps to the front line to try and peel for his Diva. Wasn't quite so lucky, and this is looking very much like the Vancouver attack. We've got about 30 seconds remaining. They claim the last 33% and get the payload moving. There's a little side step there from A-God. Bottic gets sent out by Shockwave. Again, Decay throwing in these solo grabs. I mean, if you're finding one, it's good enough, especially if it's a tank. Oh, the double shot wasn't quite there for Janu. He needs to reload. The resurrection did go through, but it shouldn't matter. Look at that damage. And Tuba as well. Oh, what a stat. There's an EMP from onto Dalton, Shredlock, and KSA. That's point 2. It's gone. No more Titans. And Hex, I spoke about it before. Look how many meters they need. 57. To gain match point in the series. It's not even the whole way either, mind you. Still in a disastrous situation though, because I'm looking at Decay and I'm looking at his ult charge and his charge of his Zarya gun. Yeah, it's about 90%. Yeah, he's got grab. Shockwave goes down. Self-destruct doesn't find too much, and KSA fall. They managed to create the space and raise Shockwave, but they still got a mix with Decay on point. He's now trying to put himself in the back line. The Graviton Surge. Oh, he finds 2 this time. Roll goodbye. Shockwave is gone. Justice using the whole hog to blow everybody away from the point as well. And that's going to be it. Match point for the Justice. 2-0 in the series after they take Nambani. This is not good at all. Now they can just basically walk forwards. I mean, you're against the wind. That just like that. They literally just walk forward, hook, roll, and kill him. Like, there's not really much you can do. They get the res off, luckily enough. Dalton still kills Decay too. And a Transcendence is being forced from the Vancouver Titans as well to push them forward to make sure no one goes down. Nice little dodge from Dalton, dashing backwards to make sure he gets out of the way of the hook from Ajani. Bob's near the point as well for the Justice. So now it's Vancouver Titans just attacking into this. I mean, right at this very moment in time, you're attacking for an EMP. So yeah, Shredlock dives in and you die. This has been what Justice have wanted to do. They just try and find picks with Decay, Janu, and Stitch, and if they can't do that, they just wait for Titans to jump on them, and then Tuba just EMPs them.
Yeah, they had complete control of the points, and you could see where Tuba was sitting, that was exactly the plan. Of like, at some point, one of the Titans is going to have to come down here and deal with it.
He pops the site, so knows where everybody is, but Justice have made the best of a worse situation. They managed to put themselves on the point and almost gave it to him as well. And Decay's on the high ground. Oh, no, we want to be there. Can he just bunny hop to safety? Yes, he can. Does Shockwave and Roll end up going down too? It looks so good for the Titans. Shockwave killed them, and they also made Decay lose the grab. Tuba kills Karkar, and now the ball for the stall. Titans have the Transcendence, but can they actually get back to the point in time? 2 ticks have been secured. Roll gets body blocked. Oh, disaster strikes Titans in what looked like such a winnable fight. There's a bomb at the point though for the Titans, so at least they can create a little bit of room here and actually gain 2 ticks off of it as well. Stitch finds revenge in Shockwave. They do manage to regain control of the point, but that one hit really, and the forcing of the resurrection by Shockwave netted them 2 ticks on the board. I'd be happy with that.
Tuba just waiting for a drop onto the points. Gets 2.
Oh no, the Transcendence. Rolf knew it was happening. He used the Transcendence just in time, but Shredlock unfortunately doesn't end up paying for it. Oh my goodness. Well, that's it. All ults thrown in the left corner of the room. That Transcendence was perfectly timed to counter the EMP and heal everybody up. Problem is, Shredlock just almost instantly went down, and then You're all in one place with no movement abilities. A grab, a whole hog, you're done. Plus, he can charge the Graviton Surge as well. KSA at least gets resurrected from the chaos of it all, but another beautiful grab from Decay. That's a 3-man, and that's going to be the hold from Titans. There's no way you're going to be able to win this one now. Decay, once again! The Conqueror actually used the Valkyrie pretty early, so yeah, if he gets caught out here by 2, but this could be disaster. There's the EMP, it catches Shredlock on the exit too. Rolf managed to get the Transcendence off just in time once again, but the whole hog from Janu is going to be just disaster for Shredlock. He couldn't do anything in the corner, he's just getting pushed away. KSA is going to go down as well, and no matter how much damage Dalton does at this point, there is absolutely nothing that can salvage the Titans' offense. It's 2 match. Janu finally ends up going down, and Decay receives a grab to the face of his own, but still not falling, and he kills KSA as well. Rolf's getting jumped on too. A double kill for Decay, and somehow he stays alive yet again, even though grab is thrown at him, every damaging ability in the world on this server just pumped into him to try and kill him, and he refuses to die. Dalton trying to find a kill onto Arc, but can't quite make it work. There's KSA going down, Shredlock's hacked as well. Shockwave at least finds one, but I think that's going to be it. Decay with the nano, nothing's going to stop him now. Rolf is history. The Titans clamoring at life. They need to be able to touch this point, but Shockwave just trying as he might. He kills Aimgon as well. Someone needs to deal with him. Dalton finds R2, but the Graviton Surge from Decay is going to be good enough. OT is here. The Wrecking Ball for Storm, but that should just be it. They only needed 33%. The Vancouver Titans are going to go down and out as the Justice claim victory. A 3-0, and we will see them in the next round.
And Crimzo will die. That's not a great start there for the Dallas Fuel.
Absolutely gutted the second he stepped outside. But Decay's traded. Dallas at least able to turn up some aggression to try and make this a fairly even fight, and they do a good job. They end up trading 3 for 3. They actually have the better position. If they rotate back to the point, if they can get past Stitch, they're going to be fine. But
I was going to say, it is the debatably a better point. You are in between a Roadhog and a damage-boosted Ashe with a Dynamite in your back.
Just being a good after the Sovereignty reveals herself, but also pretty nasty to a Roadhog if Molten Core comes out. But that EMP was lights out, and Dallas Fuel really could only do anything with that self-destruct, and even that was underwhelming for them. They're going to get aggressive like this. Beaver at the front. Doha, though, got caught out of the mix somehow. Janu, his fishing exploits legendary. Able to find the kill, but still, Stitch is able to chime in, getting rid of Crimzo, so there'll be no recovery for Dallas there anyway. Crucially for Dallas, they don't spend any ultimates really. They build some up, though. They're going to have a Molten Core and a Coalescence for this next fight. It's going to have to be one, though. ODGOT loses his turret early. Doha eyes off a mini health pack that he can't actually take advantage of. Dallas have lost control of the point right now. They're aware of it. They need to move to retake it, but Stitch is in such a fantastic spot. Oh, dear! Oh, my! Doha goes off the edge. It looks like he was knocked away by the Coach Gun or Johnny or someone similar. Either way, that Death Blossom doesn't get much value. Crimzo was able to fade away before he's taken down, but the prediction dynamite from Switz is absolutely on point. Excuse me. Nothing that could be done about that one. Doha is removed in Stitch. We know him as that hit scan aficionado, makes his mark, and Dallas are reeling after this first round.
The shotgun and the armor, you have some sustain with it.
Oh, okay.
I just don't know if it, like, the way you would kind of compare it would be like, okay, like you're just subbing out the Mei for the Hog, for the Torbjorn, right? Like, who do you think you can get more value from, like Mei or the Torb? Like, I would make a pretty strong argument towards Mei, personally, but I could see this variation of it, why you would run something like this.
How does this Dallas composition even interact with Pharah, Matt?
Well, I mean, if the Pharah is devastating for it, that's why you see Odegaard switch right away.
Shield, Decay is charged up, but it's a little too risky to leverage all of that energy. Odegaard got hacked somehow, but he's going to play out of line of sight. Safe mostly from Janu, but still will be forced away, and that gives Decay enough time to come in, snatch up the kill.
Yeah,
Gamsu's low though, extremely low. Healing finally coming from Crimzo as he backs up to the point. Dallas win the fight?
No,
it's an upward inflection.
This is not a winning fight.
Not convincing, Matthew, and they get the point, but that's it.
No.
The Justice pushed back in.
Look, you lose Odegaard early, and that's not even really the biggest thing. You end up expending all those ults, and the Justice do a great job of just keeping everybody alive and just kind of backing out. You can give up the point in that type of scenario, right? You allow Decay to get so charged up, you get a res.
Decay may not be charged up enough. Look at how far back Dallas are playing. It's unlikely Decay got a lot of energy. Yeah, looks like he wants Janu. All right, Gamsu. Okay, decent shatter. Very good one. But the follow-up wasn't really there, and Tuba had already started using the barrage. Crimzo lasers 2 down with the coalescence, but they may not be enough. Tuba just gets out of line of sight. Self-destruct is laid down. Note gets himself a shiny new mech, but he's a long way from the point. Concussed back. Tuba's still playing from the window now. Doha in trouble. Can't escape, and then Anabu's and Farah has the score to settle. Paintbrush just trying to keep everyone away from Gamsu, but it's only going to last for so long. Okay, so it could actually be a hack onto Decay to either force his own personal bubble or prevent him from bubbling the Roadhog, thereby making that front line much less durable, right? Tuba's forced out of position, somehow was able to get some altitude, but Dallas had the point to start.
You know, this is actually a good spot for Tuba. Just kind of firing through these windows. That's AOE1. Nice bubble there from Decay. As Tuba gets hacked, the bubble from Decay keeps him up.
Decay has to be careful here. He doesn't really have the mobility of a lot of his opponents here, and getting caught outside of the play can happen if the fuel just run by him, right? Look for one of his backlines. So Decay wants to stay relevant, stay at the front line here. Tuba gets just a 1 kill from that barrage. Decay is forced back a little bit here, looking for whoever aim gods would be pursuer was. Paintbrush with a binding grenade. Can't do too much there, no passive healing. It's a messy round. Yeah. That sucks for Crimzo. He goes for Coalescence to stall, and he'd already lost the point control.
It still may be something where, I was going to say Dallas may be able to make something out of this, but Johnny with the whole hog knocks Gamsu all the way back to his spawn pretty much, so.
Stitch wants the EMP on wants Crimzo, so we can't fade away. Decay notices that as well, and he combines the pincer, removes the main healer from the Dallas fuel. Even with the sound barrier in play, Dallas trying to fight back now, getting rid of aim god. The connection was good there by Gamsu on the landing, but the rest of the fuel can't even see them. They're not in position to do anything as Note just walks off the edge. I feel like they've got enough time to build those, you know, the bomb and EMP ultimates. Maybe that won't even be an issue. I mean, Janu's able to find a huge setup on the Crimzo with that whole hog. It forces Gamsu away. He's headed for the hills, but he doesn't have anyone to heal him right now. Chase down Gamsu, remove him. And the Justice now don't really get punished for making this switch late in the round because they win that fight without needing to use a ton of ultimates. And they have a chance to build them.
Yeah, you just had Janu come on the backside there. They put a ton of pressure onto Note, and they're able to get a hook on him. D-Mech.
Dallas in disarray. Doha's able to find the 1 kill, but they lose their entire front line, and Paintbrush has no idea what hit him. Great setup by the Justice, and all they needed was a successful Graviton surge from Decay. Stitch used his bomb, gets only got to the switch to Ash, ends up paying off with that ultimate. And that should lock Li Zhang up pretty comfortably now. Gamsu on the wrecking ball gets caught in the corner. Nowhere to go now as the last defense matrix will at least cut down some of that whole hog damage, but not nearly enough. And Doha gets caught to his own demise. Notes on the outside looking in is Mini Diva, and the Dallas Fuel slump out of map number 1. And Justice go ahead early. Well, there's no guarantee that this works. Doha doused with a body grenade, and all healing capacity being stripped away from his team.
I mean, we're going to see, right? It's got to be towards the supports. Now, Johnny with the whole hog. He'll take out Gamsu. That'll be 1 tick on the point here for the Dallas Fuel.
Note gets desuited there, and it's late in the fight. Dallas do get a tick, but the Justice are dealing with the most pertinent threat, which is the personnel, boots on the ground from the Dallas field.
And let's say you wanted to combine Troop with the Justice. I do think they have a lot of tools, though, to kind of counter this.
So hard hacked, he can't go anywhere there. And he had his ultimate, the Dragon Blade was available. No dice. The only upside for Dallas is that they didn't have a chance to use any of the ultimates they'd saved, so none were wasted.
Super thinks on Crimso.
Trade is there, but Crimso not being there with the Coalescence is really bad for Dallas. Doha. Oh, that's a hack health pack. He's staying to 27 and he's taken down. Oh, from the grave. Tuba just gives Doha such a hard time. And
the tactical crouch.
It's like that, is it?
He's got the accidental.
It has to be big, or will it be Decay once again shutting them down and breaking their hearts with a Graviton Surge? We see the dive there onto the high ground. Looks like a lot of pressure going in Aim God's direction.
Doha got slapped.
Doha slapped! Oh no! Aim God shuts it down. The Dragon Blade will never get used. And it's the Graviton Surge now for Decay to let go. It's all gone horribly wrong for the Dallas Fuel. And now this has turned into an utter massacre. Gumsuit removed on the point. Decay moves back with plenty of charge. Pulse Bomb will almost take care of him. But much like most of this map, close but no cigar. Dallas Fuel, what a nightmare. Okay, this time a little bit more of a patient push, and that is a sad one. Paintbrush hooked in. Stitch does get dove on, and notes Doha can finally get rid of him. There's going to be an EMP coming up in just a moment. Crimson! Okay, he's able to get away from that one. Decay is hacked and goes back towards the health pack. He is still charged up though and looks good in a later fight. Crimso's not in a position to heal his teammates, just to try and stave Decay off. And this fight's not over yet. The Justice still applying pressure. Decay moves up, close to a grab. Knows there's nothing Note can do to stop his damage coming in.
Yeah, and they know they're not close to a sound barrier at all. So you're just trying to live here for Decay. He gets hacked, they can use a nano boost onto him just to keep him alive.
And the healing is there as well. The damage reduction is so huge to Decay. He's charged up. There's another Graviton Surge. He doesn't even need it to connect. Again, it's deja vu from yesterday. And once more, Dallas Fuel fall by the hand of a former comrade.
So maybe it's something they just aren't comfortable with, something they weren't able to make work, but you lose your main tank so fast that this is going to be a really quick, it should be a quick point A take here from the Washington Justice.
All right, Decay going to push on in here, and Paintbrush is feeling the pressure. The Justice now have taken position on the point, and only got is a long way away from the rest of his team. Tuba eventually runs him down. Decay doesn't need to over Kamiki or the rest of the Fuel because they are outnumbered and they are outgunned, and they are out of time here on point A. Decay charges ahead, gets himself a quick double, and Paintbrush disintegrates.
I mean, you're not gonna. There's not even really a lot to talk about there.
With Valkyrie, Crimso goes down, over the point goes down, and Stitch is now getting powered up on Nose! Doha's in trouble without a front line, without the durability. The Justice still stick around for the fight. They got themselves 2 ticks, and they may have more. Paintbrush, did he just run into a wall? He's gonna try and touch. There was a brief moment of stalling, but Paintbrush, he comes back on the mercy, but Doha is down, and the Dallas Fuel are in full stall. It wasn't supposed to go this way.
Is now you're going to have Stitch, who just takes out Note on the point. You're going to have a Bob come in with a grab here.
Dynamite thrown in. Note able to avoid that one as he wasn't technically existing by the time that detonated. Stitch is unable to find a kill right now with that lapse in Justice finding kills of their own. Gives an option for the Fuel. Aim God is brought back to life again. Stitch finds 2. Again, turning it around. Decay gets healed up and he's ready to return to the fight. He's low on charge, but he's high on health. Aim God gets the high ground for now. Already gone! Okay, the Ashes are really doing quite a job of opening up these fights, and there had to be an instant resurrection from Paintbrush. Janu moved on to the point with Whole Hog. It's a fighting grenade, didn't seem to bother him. Maybe got a bubble in that moment. Trying to force Bob away with his own Whole Hog. There's no one else to really target. And, yeah, straight into his crosshairs. Do the opponents fall? The Justice managed to get a finish here on Volsky. Yep, Gums who can't get out, and there it is. Also a Graviton Surge online for Note. This is the winner for the Dallas Fuel making big impact.
Yeah, it'll be a nano boost so that goes on to Decay, and he'll take out Note while stuck in the grab. They try and put a Winston bubble down on top of him, trying to deny anything else from coming on through, but the resources just get pumped into Decay.
Janu, even if he gets impeded, will be healed. The Paintbrush is down. Stitch found another one here. and Gumsy's dove in, but he realizes halfway through the air that the fight's already over. With a whole hog, Note's charged up, but it doesn't keep him alive against Decay, and somehow the Justice are holding on. Resurrect for Note, only got ready to try and burst down Decay as soon as he wakes up, but Tuba's close to an EMP. Doha can't get the hack, Tuba has the translocate on out, and Gamsu has fallen. Decay is charged up, 90%, again he's put to sleep, but he has reinforcements. The Wrecking Ball for Janu comes on in, and Omegon goes down to a headshot from Stitch. The Justice have the players where they need them, and now they'll chase the Drakes of Dallas away. The Fuel have one more chance to stay in the 2020 playoffs.
Oh, and it's not going to be a good chance because look at this. Paintbrush just getting staggered out here. So now what? You don't have like you're not switching over to Lucio. It's just Gamsu has to go on in. Diving into a Roadhog. That'll be an EMP. Oh, and Doha can't get to the point in time. That'll be a Washington Justice 3-0 win over the Dallas Fuel, ending the Dallas Fuel's 2020 season.
Who are the Shock going to be facing tomorrow?
We are going to pick the Washington Justice.
Well, mercy me. Ark is on the line. Ark, you got your head in your hands. Are you scared?
I mean, Super is now like Shirt Tom or like the Tigas. I don't like Shock, not gonna lie.
Uh-oh.
I don't like Super, personally.
So are you okay?
I'm
so
just
you
trying to do
guys
my
are
job.
Wait, but it's Shirt Tom already, you know?
Are you guys confident in your play? Because you know the San Francisco Shock, they seem pretty confident about what you're sort of bringing to the table right now.
I think we're confident than like before for sure.
All right, well, I want to see you coming out with more confidence tomorrow, young man, because you don't seem to think you can win right now, and that's kind of concerning me. So I'll let you go celebrate.
I think we're gonna win,
okay?
but I'm not sure like what score is gonna be.